shit, and we open it for the clips.
Yeah, indeed. Let it be known tonight that the headline act is
like,
clips.
don't get people want to give me bullshit like, oh, y'all open for comedy, y'all open for the brother, y'all open for whatever. We open for the clips. And we're two different groups all together, but we can rock the same crowd because people can sense sincerity, they can sense beats that are not, they can sense lyrics that are real, and that's what we do. We're not spitting this backpacker space shit that some of these fake motherfuckers are doing, like, and this, excuse me for my rant right now, but it's just like, man, like, this is real, this is our lives, so it's just like, these are the avenues that we only have to speak on the topic. So it's like, in reality, we know what we're doing is real. And people will recognize it because we're passionate about it.
All right, so let me ask you a real question right now. They say that, and I'm being honest with you, consciousness does not sell.
I don't see nobody that's conscious. Everybody conscious. You conscious. You breathing.
Indeed.
You breathing.
I'm all right.
He breathing. Shake the camera up and down. You breathing.
You know what I mean by conscious.
What you mean? That I recognize that there's fucked up shit in my community? Anybody that's not Ray Charles can see that shit.
And even
if you look at, even if you,
he was a product
you
of
can
it.
listen to the news and know that. You know what I'm saying? People know what's going on. Whether they choose to talk about it is another thing. So don't call me conscious because I mean, if you really, the funny thing is people just look at the aesthetics of it because I'm not from the projects and they put me in a box. If you really listen to the record, I got records that talk about relationships, that talk about sex, that talk about materialism, that talk about everything. And just because I have a better vocabulary than most MCs, don't fucking turn yourself off to it. Open your mind because there's more hip hop out there. You know what I'm saying? And I'd like to think that I'm not over anybody's head because if you're saying I'm over your head, that's saying that you're stupid. You know what I'm saying? So it's like Pharaoh Monch said on the song, "Wake the fuck up." You know what I'm saying? It's that simple. You know what I'm saying? Get the fuck up. Wake the fuck up.
In fact, I think Knowledge said it best on one of his freestyles. He's like, "I'm not conscious, I'm just aware." Like that's all it is. You know, you rap about your reality. You know, that's what this shit was built on. You know what I'm saying? So
How do you feel about those that aren't really rapping their reality?
Well, we know about the poverty pimp, says Ron Fest likes to call.
That's the problem. You know what I'm saying?
That's the problem. But with people, it's weird because shit. People buy into it because all they need, if they see it enough, they really believe it. At the end of the day, those dudes are gonna have to face a fate that might be way worse than they really bargained for when they start. Because when you start bringing those things, out and bringing those things to the public that aren't necessarily you, somebody's gonna test you one day. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot of cats that get robbed, that get stuck up.
So you felt those lyrics breed that outcome that they.
If that's not them, more so than anything, like if that's not you,
don't project it.
People gonna test you because they see it. They look at you and they be like, wait a minute, like, no, that's not that dude. Like that dude is not what he's talking about right now.
Like that word. What you say? Poverty pimps?
Yeah, that's Rhyme Fest. Rhyme Fest coined that phrase.
Poverty pimp. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's like I remember this dude broke it down to us. So talking before we ever even had a deal, he was just like, yo, like everybody loves to drink out the cup. But don't nobody want to put water back in there. Eventually, that shit is going to be empty. And know what you're going to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to be able to put back, you have to have a certain level, even if you choose not to necessarily take a political or even take a stance where you're talking about uplifting XYZ, like, you still have to have something else that goes back, that people still see.
But let's move on to that production.
Let's go.
Now, in the future, are you going to be the sole producer on the album?
I mean, as far as Kidz in the Hall goes, I definitely think we're gonna evolve. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if he starts fucking with the beats in a second, and I might get on and start getting my puppy on every 8 bars or something like this. I look at it. People compare us to Gangstar, but I almost look at it as us having the potential evolution of something like Outkast, because we're so creative. We're always thinking 3-4 albums ahead. It's like, there might be something we want to test out. Like, we have a freedom in the situation that we're in, that it's like, yo, we were talking about putting out just a Blue Note album where I flip only samples from, a specific era, and he picks a topic that he'll just cover through the whole album. Like, we have that freedom, and I think that if people fuck with us, they'll fuck with those things, because, like, those are the real musicians. When they take that, you gotta take that chance.
Now, BDS is crazy important right now, especially the South artists. They rely on BDS. It's basically telling me right now that that's not really
tell you what
you're concerned with.
It doesn't matter. They rely on it, but then look at the album sales. Like, I hate to bring it up, but But okay, you look at DJ Webstar and that whole situation.
Damn, man. I had to mention, well, I'm from Harlem, dog.
I mean, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's okay.
We understand.
It's okay. But nah, people, I mean, okay. Situation, you know what though? At the end of the day, like, it just feels so bad right now because of the industry that we're in and the type of music that's going on. Honestly, if that record would have came out right after Boom There It Is came out, people would have kind of been like, nah, it's a dance record. I'm going to run with it. You know, what it was. But you look at it, crazy BDS fans. Like, they broke records at Hot 97, and they only did like 4,000 the first week. Like, so it's not transferring, you know, it definitely isn't. I think the labels are starting to realize that it's not making sense. That even though you can have a hit record in radio, it's not a hit record and it's not selling.
So what do you intend to do? Do you intend to just focus on your stage show, focus on touring? Is that what you intend to do?
Yeah, I mean, the stage, the shows, the interviews, the blogs, like wherever we can, like this whole point is to get us, obviously just get us heard and just convince everybody that, which is,
You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, people are stealing music anyway. Artists are relying on shows at this point. So you have to get shows to get income,
exactly.
to eat. You know what I'm saying? Now, the reason why we're so confident we don't feel like we need to go a certain route is because we could sell 100,000 units and we win. You know what I'm saying?
And that, is that because the structure of your
real.
deal?
Like, yeah, the structure that we're in any setting. Fucking, there's 8 million people in Chicago. It's how many fucking people?
It's the most populated state in Jersey, you know, and then don't even talk about New York.
So, what the fuck? If I make some type of movement on my own, that's bigger than anything, you know what I'm saying? That you can't take away my fan base once I've won them. You know what I'm saying? And that's the biggest thing you can do. Those people get in arguments over me because they love our show, they love our music, and that's the type of fan base you need. Now, don't get it twisted, we gonna sell records, but we don't need the big first week, we don't need the big shotgun marketing. Like, it's boom, you see 100,000 first week, 200,000 first week, next week is like
30% drop off.
Yeah, 60 in most cases. So, I mean, the reality of it is we don't have to depend on that or rely on that. And we're confident that our music is going to stand on its own because good music always finds a home.
Alright, yeah, we can end it on that. Good music finds a home, man. This is Don'sRapMother.com. Hey, get them shout outs in.
Jersey, big up all them Belize and Massive, you know.
Shot-town all day, Kidz in the Hall crew coming to your town soon.
KidzinTheHall.com, rapmullet.com.